opportunity in there to the playoffs where, you know, we went through that run, ended up starting, and it all sort of happened so quickly.
This is huge news. Davo Hickey, a first start for this season.
I love the change-up. That's what Tatum's done. He's done it all season with this team.
From sitting around talking with, you know, Wiley, my roommate, like, oh, when's it going to change, to then starting it, just...
There's a young man making a name for himself, and that name is Will Hickey.
And Davo Hickey has earned himself a position here.
Here's Hickey down the lane.
And if you had said at the start of the season that Davo Hickey would have this type of impact in a semi-final game, you would say you're dreaming.
It's all on the line right now. Clark, no foul. Hickey, offensive rebound. Scores! Incredible from Will Hickey. The wants, the desire, the effort. He comes up with one of the biggest plays of his career.
Like, you know when you're a kid and, like, you're hooping and, like, you're, like, in the gym by yourself, 3, 2, 1, ah! That's what it was. It was like that moment, but it came to fruition, you know?
I mean, I told you, if you show me what you're capable of doing consistently, then I'm gonna give you an opportunity. And at the end of the day, I seen something in him. He was one of my favorites when I walked in. It was first time in Illawarra, the way how hard he worked. And as long as you know that I got that trust in you, you're my guy.
It's not how you expect it in your mind. Like, you think it's gonna be this big movie scene, but it's like, it all just happens. And it's like, you're thinking too fast. You're worried about the next play. Like, it was a surreal experience. Like, just in the moment, like, it was surreal. The best way to put it.
Hickey finishes up with the ball. The fairy tale has another chapter. Illawarra's season lives on.
Hello and welcome back to Friday Night Hoops. We're here at John Cain Arena for one of the matchups of the round, if not this season. Melbourne United up against the Illawarra Hawks. It's 1 versus 2. You see the players there. Jack White, he looks hungry for victory. Tyler Harvey, he's been humming this season as well. And Rob Lowe has been impressive to start. We are moments away from it here, but we've got to get first to Will Hickey. I want to talk to you, Pete. Will Hickey has been impressive this season.
He's been unbelievable, and again, all he needed was a chance. And that's with a lot of development players, but Justin Tatum gave him the opportunity. He didn't let him down, and he has become one of the most important players to Illawarra and a 6th Man of the Year, most improved player candidate for sure.
Leonard, what do you think of Will Hickey so far?
Will Hickey's been fantastic. Plays both ends of the floor, leaves everything on the floor. That's what I love about him. You know, he's not out there trying to be the man. He gets people involved, but he can really help this team.
All right, I've got to make this one real quick. Bold predictions for you, Leonard Copeland. I want you to shoot.
Delhi, double-double. He needs to get a double-double for them to win.
That's not bold, man. He's done that. He does that every week.
What's your bold prediction?
I've got Delhi to have 30 because no Chris Golding. He has his best statistics against Illawarra. He averages more points against Illawarra than anybody else.
Are you okay?
He's having a big one.
You guys have been loving it. Well, mine is that both coaches are going to get a technical foul.
Not bold either. That's not bold either.
There's been intensity talked about this game the whole week. 2 coaches who have a lot of passion. I reckon they're both up for a tech foul this week.
Yeah, I don't think that's bold at all. I think that might happen in the first quarter. That's a gimme.
Look, I think they like each other, but I just think it's going to be a very intense game.
Well,
it'll probably be
we are so close to the tip-off here. It is going to be a huge game. Don't go anywhere. So much action. 1 versus 2. Up next, Friday Night Hoops in the NBL 25.
What is this? Aldrich, straight down the middle. What a lob! Delve it over for White. Spectacular. Rob Lowe, coast to coast for White. This man, Harvey, how do they guard him? They can't. And guess who? Big moment. Tyler Harvey once more stands up. It's a battle of the best on Friday night in Melbourne. John Cain Arena playing host to Melbourne United and the Illawarra Hawks. First versus second. This game is enormous. There's an air of anticipation whenever these two teams get together, but particularly after what happened last time they met. This thing could blow tonight. Great to have your company. This game is one that we've had earmarked for a couple of weeks, and it is set to live up to all of our expectations. And There's a big crowd in the house to celebrate it as well. I'm Jack Everett, Pete Hooley, Leonard Copeland alongside me for this one. Mitsubishi Motors ladder tells the story here, gentlemen. This is the one we've been waiting for.
Oh, I cannot wait for this, and again, to be here as well. It deserves to be a lone game on a Friday night. I know we normally have Perth games after this, but just how big this matchup is, everything in the history, recent history last season, a special rivalry is brewing, and I'm looking forward to this one.
And what makes it bigger is Melbourne don't have their gun. They don't have Chris Golding in the house. They don't have Marcus Lee. So Illawarra coming in here knowing that, and they're hungry. They want to win this game here.
There is Chris Golding, not playing tonight with a calf injury. Should still be a week or two away, unfortunately, for Melbourne United fans. The numbers and everything, there's nothing that separates them. I can't even find the right words to describe it, because you sit down and you do the hours of prep that we do for these games, and it's hard to find an advantage that one team has over the other.
Well, again, I think in the preseason, we expected Illawarra to be a fast-paced and a heavy offense, equal opportunity, but this offense from Melbourne has been very impressive. A lot of people question, do they have enough scoring? Well, without Chris Golding, how do they find that? They've got other pieces, but again, I'm looking forward to seeing which way it shakes out. It's always a close game between these two.
But when you speak about Melbourne, we generally speak about their defense, and their defense has been great, but I just don't know if they got enough to stop this juggernaut coming to town tonight.
No Marcus Lee, as you mentioned, Copes. He's a game day decision. Unfortunately, we learnt in the pre-game, pulled out with a back issue, the same back that caused him some dramas against New Zealand a couple of weeks ago. So it makes the role of Rob Lowe even more significant tonight now.
Absolutely, and if Illawarra can find a way to get Rob Lowe into foul trouble or go at him or shut him down, then it gives him a better chance. Rob Lowe's been fantastic the last 4 or 5 games. He's found the fountain of youth. He's knocking down threes. He's taking the ball to the hole. He's dunking the ball, Pete. Can you believe this guy's still dunking the ball?
Well, I heard about it in preseason. They said he was looking fit, but again, that dunk down the lane on Karim Lopez, the next star, the exciting next star. But I think what makes their offense hum is when he's knocking down the three-point shot the way he has been, he makes the defense have to take a step out. It opens up the lane, it allows Delhi, it allows Shea Ely, Ian Clark, Flynn Cameron to get deep and get easy buckets. So Rob Lowe's a huge piece to their puzzle.
For the Illawarra Hawks, they won 3 of their last 4. They are absolutely rock solid as a team this season, right across the board. There's their coach, Justin Tatum. They went to Perth last week and handled their business in a tough environment at RAC Arena, but they are led so well at the point guard spot by Trey Kell.
They are. I spoke about it earlier. Trey Kell has the size. Now, Delhi and Shea Ely can't bully him around. He gets to the basket when he wants to. He's passing the ball well. He's knocking down threes. This is a great fit for Trey Kell. He's been in this league for a couple of years, but it just seems like this team is the team for him.
Yeah, he's so well balanced. He's the perfect complementary piece for everything else on this roster. And you talk about how well they've been humming, Jack. A large part of it is because they're just so settled. They're probably the most settled team in the competition in terms of rotation, who has the matchups in every single individual game, and that comes down to Justin Tatum. Justin Tatum is a master of making sure that whoever has the matchup, they're going to go at him early and often. They're going to keep going at that well until it dries up, and so far this season it very rarely does.
They have been excellent. Justin Tatum's got the whiteboard in hand at the moment. What do you think's on that whiteboard?
Well, I've got attacking on the ball screens early. Again, you talk about it with no Marcus Lee. If they can get Rob Lowe in foul trouble or exploit that, then they're going to have to bring in some backups. Could get some development players getting a run as well. Rotate quickly on Rob Lowe's 3-ball and rebound and run. They do that exceptionally well, better than anyone in the competition.
What about for Melbourne United, Coach? They went to Illawarra and won in round 6. What's on Dean Vickerman's whiteboard?
I think they need to control the tempo, because they try to run with this team who likes to run. They can be in trouble. They got to slow down Harvey and Hickey, and they got to run these guys off the three-point line because they shoot the ball extremely well.
We are just about ready to go here at John Cain Arena, starting 5s for both teams. Kyle Bowen out there to start.
Yeah, we saw this a bit from Melbourne United last week with the injuries out there. Jack White slides down to the 3. Now, that probably takes away the matchup they would have thought. So Mason Peatling and Jack White, 2 old teammates. I still expect them to see a lot of time on each other.
Absolutely. Jack White, the way he rebounds the ball, now this opens up the door for him to go to the glass even more at that 3 spot.
There's a starting 5 for the Illawarra Hawks. Wani Swakala-Bullock, one of the key candidates as Defensive Player of the Year. Who's he going to tonight?
He's probably a little lost. He's probably thinking, where's the guy that I've been studying for? I would think he's probably going to go to Delhi. I would think that Delhi's going to be the one. He's their engine room offensively without Chris Golding.
Big crowd in the house, as it should be, for a contest of this magnitude. For Mabry, Nico Fernandez and Brad Henshaw, our 3 officials tonight. First versus second. And there is more than just a ladder position up for grabs between these two. Serious bad blood off the back of recent years. It's United in possession first, and an early foul for Sam Froling.
Well, saw it. There's that matchup. Wani Swakala-Bullock's going to go to Delhi. You think until at least Ian Clark gets in. As you said, Jack, Wani Swakala-Bullock has been a difference maker defensively, one of the best in the competition.
That was an unlucky foul. I didn't like that foul. I think the guys just both ran into each other there.
And there is Wani Swakala-Bullock, all up and in on Dellavedova, crosses over. Rob Lowe pick and pops three. It's almost automatic.
And that's what you can't do. You let a guy drive and everyone sinks, and Rob Lowe standing on that three-point line, he's going to knock it down every time.
What we spoke about, you've got to rotate quick. Make sure that he has to fire that extra pass to the corner.
Swakala-Bullock trying to hurt them at the other end. Battles out. Shooting it at 55% for the season from the field. He's been ultra efficient.
Oh, here we go, Jack. Here we go, Jack. He's on fire. Somebody better guard him early. I'm telling you now, because he can get going.
Melbourne are 7-1 for the season when Rob Lowe scores 10 or more. He's got 6 in a minute to start this game. Froling got to his left hand. That's a good response.
I like the aggression. Spoke about it in the pre-game. I'd like to see them go early and often to Sam Froling, really trying to exploit that matchup.
He thought about going for a third time. Got Froling up in the air. Rob Lowe's playing like he's 22.
Rob Lowe's playing like he's 12. What's going on here? What's going on here, Jack? Right.
Would he play like that when you're 12?
Yeah, what 12-year-old?
How good were you at 12?
Some of us did, anyway.
Melbourne by 6 early on. Froling a priority. Not that time. It's knocked away, and Illy head down to the cup. Had to change his mind late, but had support in Bowen, and he was blocked by Peatling.
That's what Peatling does. Just really solid defensively. All the 1%ers.
It's Tyler Harvey shooting it at 46% from deep for the season, but then he can do that.
Yeah, he's smooth. He's smart. You know, his game has evolved so much. You know, when he first got here, it was all about him shooting those long threes. Now he slows his game down and picks what's best for him and the team.
Coming off a season low, 8 points last week, Harvey. Dellavedova unsuccessful. Traykel with the ball handling duties. Lent into Bowen. He'll be shooting three.
Smart play.
And it is, and again, slaps himself on the head. Kyle Bowen and Dean Vickerman not happy. Traykel got him in the air. Again, defender to leave his feet. Well, where we were sitting, it didn't look like he initiated the contact, but as you said, Copes, that's just really smart. In worst case, you end up passing the ball anyway. You may as well have a shot at trying to draw the foul. This is what Illawarra do. Melbourne got off to a hot start. It was Rob Lowe, the crowd was humming, and there was just no panic. No panic. I know it's early in the game, but especially in an away venue where they have struggled. They have struggled to come to Melbourne and beat both South East Melbourne and Melbourne United at times. Good response.
But you know what? Every time they come to town, they make it a game, though. They're in the game, and they challenge these teams. So I think eventually they're gonna get somebody.
Lost their last 9 in this venue, Illawarra. It's a record that they would love to be improving. Swakala-Bullock catches Illy over the shoulder.
See the pace that Shea Illy likes to play with as well. Didn't see that tempo battle you're talking about, Copes. If you don't want to play that quick, Illawarra will be licking their lips.
And Swakala-Bullock just had a go at Harvey about picking up. And that's what I like about it. When you can hold your best player accountable, then you know you got a good team.
Illy assessing his options. Ooh, mid-range jumper. Extends the lead for the home team. McCall at the other end.
So solid.
Under control. He plays at his pace. And look, the score 10-9. You would think Melbourne was up by 15 the way this guy's shooting the ball.
A rare miss for Rob Lowe with the way he's been shooting at the moment. Harvey flies up the other end of the floor and banks it home.
Does not matter whether it's a turnover, a made bucket, a missed bucket. Illawarra Hawks are running and gunning. It's so fun to watch, and that's why they're the best offensive team in the league as Jack White gets upstairs on the back door.
If it stays at this pace, Pete, who does it suit more?
Not our voices.
Especially for those of us who did a game last night. It was high scoring as well. Sparkle Bullock puts the Hawks back in front.
He's become a comedian these days. He thinks he's funny. He's laughing at his own jokes, Jack. Look at him.
Yeah, he was happy with that one.
Well, it's going to play in Illawarra's hands. That's a couple of rush shots by Delhi. And the Hawks are probably just sitting back saying, that's fine with us. We've got more weapons who are going to come in off the bench. You're missing some significant pieces.
Hickey couldn't make the most of the mismatch. At the moment, everything running through Rob Lowe. He's got 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Skip pass to Illy. Melbourne 2 of 6 from deep to start the game. Illawarra yet to take a 3-ball until now.
You'll see a lot of subs, I reckon, because it's going to be a fast-paced game. Both teams are pushing it down the court.
David over exploring. Put it behind the back for White. Goes straight at Froling, who already has a foul. Did well not to give away a second. Melbourne get the ball back. Low for 3. 3 in the first quarter.
Oh, Lowe is in some form. Double figures again, the 7th straight, I believe. 11 points in the first 5 minutes.
Off the back of 19 last Sunday and their loss to Brisbane. This is an incredible story in the comeback. Bowen again fouls the 3-point shooter. And again, the Hawks will go to the line.
That's not smart. And look at the subs.
Here's the Amy replay of Rob Lowe. 3 threes already in the first 5 minutes. He says, I see your scoring run, Bryce Cotton. Give you a chance for 40 pieces? Scoring across the league is right up.
I said that. I think defense is out the window now. Everyone's trying to put the ball in the hole. In 40 minutes, you score 120 points? Are you kidding me?
Just getting ready for the summer shootout, coach.
That's it.
There's some money up for grabs.
Could be Burgers here.
Doesn't miss too many, Trey Kell.
Some hungry kids who just turn to mum and dad and say, well, we're not getting burgers, go and get me something from one of the canteens. As Cal goes 2 or 3, ties it up at 15 apiece.
Now, Illawarra have to find a way to shut down Rob Lowe. Run him off the 3-point line. Make him shoot 2s.
White steps out, kicks to Dellavedova. That won't count. Lowe with the offensive rebound. He's fouled by Hickey. They cannot stop him.
I think Lockie Albridge's the best direct matchup in terms of being able to get out to the pick and pop and then rotate. But I think they can probably shuffle things around in the way they're guarding that ball screen. But Rob Lowe, he is ready to check in for him. But chance to 13 points in the first 5.5 minutes. 2 shots.
A reminder for those not familiar with the Rob Lowe story. He had retired 2 seasons ago, came back for 8 games last year with Melbourne as an injury replacement player to bail them out of a tough spot. And then Dean Vickerman loved the way that he went about it, not only on the court, but Monday to Friday, all of the things, and has talked him out of retirement, and he's now averaging the best part of 11 and 5 across the season.
I feel like last year he saw Dave Barlow, and Dave Barlow said retiring once was overrated.
Right. He was at home cutting his grass. He was cutting grass in the backyard. Dean gave him a call, and now the guy's
But credit to him, playing the NBL, he put in the work. He's in some of the best shape of his life. He's comfortable here with his family. Now he's reaping the reward, and so is Melbourne.
Davo Hickey out there running the point. The hero of Game 2 of the semi-final series last season. Last touch by the Hawks.
And you look at this Hawks lineup now. 4 of the 5 coming off the bench. But these guys can play. They can start for any other team. So that's where they have the advantage.
Flynn Cameron also on the floor, as is Akecha Lear. Great opportunity for him tonight to play some extended minutes. Cal had to boot it back out to Hickey. A wide open Huang Jung Lee.
He missed 2 shots that he normally knocks down.
Darius Days checks the feet. He can't score either. Tip in from Lee.
Yeah, timeout here from Dean Vickman. Illawarra just want it more. The extra efforts on the offensive glass.
Dean's not happy.
17-16 in the Tangerine timeout. Multiple lead changes in this first quarter. It's going to be the story of the night, no doubt. And we've spoken about Trey Kell and his importance to tonight's contest, and he caught up with Kelsey pre.
You guys seem relatively confident. Tyler Harvey during the week said you're coming in not as the underdogs. Do you feel like that confidence is within the group, and do you kind of keep it inside the environment, or are you quite happy to talk about how confident you are outside?
Probably depends on who you're talking to. For me, I'm more of a laid-back, keep-it-in-house kind of guy, but I mean, I agree with Tyler, though. I think we are one of the better teams in the competition. You know, that obviously United's at the top of the ladder board, and they're one of the better teams too. So, like I mentioned before, it should be a good game tonight, and I think we're prepared for the battle.
You personally, you've had an incredible season. You've had some injuries. How are you feeling at the moment? What are you looking to either fix in your game or improve, or are there things that you're just feeling good with at the moment?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is just try not to get taken out the air and fall on my back anymore. That would be the best answer. But yeah, I feel good. I feel 100%. Ready to go, and you know, looking forward to tonight.
He's been terrific all season long. He started strong here. I like his effort on the glass. He's got 3 defensive rebounds, but he's caused a couple of extra ones on the offensive end. And back to how settled this team is. You feel like there's 3 or maybe 2 set rotations in the first sub, and then between Trey Kell or Tyler Harvey, whoever's hot first is the other one will sit down. That's just how settled this team is and why they're so dangerous.
You spoke about it earlier, though, Pete. Trey Kell, he runs his team, man. Nice. He runs the team.
Runs the floor. Tip in doesn't go, and it's out of bounds. That was touched by Melbourne. Kelsey Brown, you were listening in.
I was. To Dean Vickerman, he said in games like these, rebounds are really going to matter. We can't get a preferred matchup on the floor at the moment at all. Follow the scout, go back to it. So I think he's a bit upset with how they're following their scout at the moment.
When they win the rebound count, Melbourne, they win. The last 6 times they've won the rebound count, they've won the game. Darius Days puts the ball on the floor and scores.
That's a strong drive to the middle. And there's no defensive help in there. There's no Marcus Lee. There's no Rob Lowe in there. So he can get to that basket quite easily.
Marcus Lee's numbers might not say a whole lot, but defensively it is a huge out for that exact reason. Just his presence alone.
Little move from Tanner Krebs. Has been starting the last couple of games in the absence of Chris Golding, but not tonight. Albrecht gets caught up with Aaliyah.
Not another pull down, is it? We don't need that.
Other end of the floor. Oh, no, was that? Was it?
And Rob Lowe comes right back.
It might be handy in the summer shootout, Rob Lowe, for the teams that Melbourne United are up against, because keep shooting like that. But maybe you want to jump online and predict that Melbourne United will not only win the summer shootout, but if you predict their score correctly, then you have a chance to win 100K.
Someone's walking away with 100K.
Someone is.
That 100K closer to the pin, or you nail it. Somebody's going to be feeling really good. And you get dinner with Leonard Copeland. There's so much on the line. And we got burgers.
Yeah, you can have burgers with Leonard Copeland. There you go.
Real classy of Copes to give some free burgers as part of the competition winner. The code word is paddle. As Lockie Albrecht makes it a 3-point lead for the Hawks.
Vickerman is not happy. An offensive rebound on a missed free throw. 4 offensive rebounds already.
White no good. Melbourne continue to tee off. They're 3 of 9 in this first quarter from outside. They shoot it at 37% across the season. Harvey tried to bank it home, can't score.
Another offensive rebound.
Days steps into the 3.
And another offensive rebound.
This time it's Lee who crashes the glass. They just want it more.
They do indeed. Albrecht, Hickey, when Trey Kell was in, and Yongjong Lee, they are beasting them in the just energy and effort. 6 offensive rebounds as a team. We knew they'd be hungry, and right now they're showing why.
Not sure that's what they're looking for either. It's not often you say this about a Melbourne United team, but they look a bit rudderless at the moment. They're trying to find something that's working.
The This is just the beauty of the Illawarra Hawks. That's why I've harped on about it so far. They are the most dangerous team in the league, I believe, because we're seeing why. They've got 23 points on the board, how balanced they are. Okay, most of the starters are off. Davo Hickey's come in, bringing energy. He's putting some heat on the rim. We've seen it from Albury, Lee. It's fun to watch.
Kels, what's going on with these substitutes?
Yeah, Tom Coppins, you can see he come in for some early minutes. Dean Bickerman went straight to his best bench, furious, and said, get in there. So he's replaced Jack White, which I think is a huge call early in this game.
Well, Jack White took a couple of threes that didn't look like going. And look, I don't know, Pete, I was going to ask you, starting him in that 3 spot probably throws him off a little bit. He's used to being closer to the basket. Yes, he'll knock down threes, but if he's closer to the basket, putbacks, dunks, those are the type of things that he got himself going with.
Dean Bickerman has Coppins in there now. Right now, he's not afraid to go to the bench and say, if someone wants to box out and get a rebound, you're going to play.
Clark settles for the mid-range jumper. His first points of the night.
No.
Cuts it back to 4, but the Hawks have certainly been the better of the two teams in the first quarter. Illy's got options ahead. Decided to take it himself and draws a foul.
I don't mind that aggression from Darius Days when you've got young Coppins guarding you, but I would have liked to see him hand it off and then roll down to the block. Get the young fella right here. Get the young fella on your back. Take your time. You're going to have experience on your side, strength on your side. Get to your spot.
We spoke about filling that middle, though. Rob Lowe standing in the middle, so it's hard to get to that basket now because Rob's so big and tall.
Correct. So he goes up. The problem is not that he goes straight. Jumps here and he lands here.
It's the voice of Nico Fernandez. You can hear our senior official tonight, one of our senior officials. Illy shooting free throws.
One team's leaving a couple of the line. 1 of 3 now for Melbourne, 6 of 10 the Hawks. You talk about the energy and effort. They've had 10 free throw attempts already. They're just putting their head down.
(21-24). First versus second on the table. So far, it is delivering everything that we hoped that it would. Harvey stripped by Illy. And it hit his foot on the way out.
Wanted to challenge Tyler Harvey quickly before Vaughan. He probably saw where Vaughan was standing. He had a pretty good view of that.
Illy going to work. Left that one short. Darius Days reels it in. It's 14 rebounds. Make that 15 rebounds to 6 in the opening quarter.
And that's a
favour
problem
of the Hawks.
And that's a problem, Jack. Because if you're rebounding the ball like that, offense and knocking down threes, you got problems. I'm sure Dean Bickerman spoke about rebounding the basketball.
Well, they've got some issues to talk about at quarter time. This Illawarra team have turned up and they mean business. Dellavedova on the move. Here's Coppins, the youngster. Big hit late in the quarter. Makes the most of his opportunity and cuts it back to 3 at quarter time. 27-24. It's the Hawks who lead the way at John Cain Arena.
4-1 down here at John Cain Arena. Hawks leading Melbourne 27-24. Melbourne had it their way early in the game with Rob Lowe and Darius Days trading threes, but Tom Coppins came in late with a late three to shorten the deficit. I listened to Justin Tatum at the break. He was happy with his troops. He said he wants them to keep playing inside.
Nicely done, Kels. He's got a lot to be happy about, Justin Tatum.
You know what he's happy about? The 7 offensive rebounds, 16 rebounds in total. They've had 10 free throws, and they're shooting 47% from the field.
They haven't had to really rely on Tyler Harvey or Sam Froling to do the bulk of their scoring as Harvey got into the lane. Froling just the 2 points. Harvey has 4.
Well, even the rebounds. Their starting centers, well, their center duo of Lockie Albrecht and Sam Froling don't have a rebound combined, and they're out-rebounding them by 9. That's just the effort of all the guards flying in.
Gilly for Coppins, denied.
Todd Blanchfield turning back the clock. Does have a history of playing very well against Melbourne, does Todd Blanchfield. Maybe that's what Justin Tatum's thinking by throwing him in here.
12 points, a season high when they played in round 6. Here's Froling. Will want to get to that left hand. Nice D by Lowe, but Froling had the answer.
That's tough. You hear Tatum in the background yelling, illegal. That's every play.
Well, he hasn't had a tech yet. Holiday Vickerman.
Oh, they're coming, Jack. They're coming. Don't you worry about that, bro.
Ian Clark's going to claim that.
I don't know if he can. I think Rob Lowe was closer.
I think he's the first person to put their hand up.
Yeah, it definitely helps the scorer's table.
There it is. There it is. There's a warning. We got a warning.
So that's off Todd Blanchfield, and it's very close to who's closest there. Ian Clark put his hand up quick.
Slip, slip, slip.
And the Hawks off the inbound. Great look for Harvey.
He had too much time.
Oh, this is not good. Rob Lowe's down.
Illy with a lob for White.
Oh!
As he flies through the air and knocks it in.
Rob Lowe top one in the face. He's back now, but this is just athleticism personified. Tops the bump, does not matter. And you're in the air. You're in the air with Jack White. You could be in trouble.
Why would you jump in the air with Jack White, though, Pete? Why?
It's not a good business decision.
No.
$29 apiece. 5 points now for Jack White. Blanchfield out there to start the second quarter with Harvey, Cal, Froling, and Swakala Bullock. Froling might have got away with the travel. Low reaching in, might have got away from the foul. The official's letting it go. And eventually Clark comes up with it for Melbourne. Guarded by Swakala Bullock. Not an easy thing to do to get past. He's 1 of 4 to start the game, Ian Clark. Harvey for Froling, plays through the contact. 2 more for Sam Froling.
I don't think it could have been a couple of fouls called.
Well, the one that Jack was talking about, Sam Froling travelled for sure, but then Rob Lowe grabbed his entire forearm, so that evened out. I like they're letting it go. We want to see 2 teams just being physical.
Mass change is coming for United. Dellavedova, Cameron and Bowen all at the scorer's table. And that time Rob Lowe's not getting away with it. It's Rob Lowe's first. Kyle Bowen checks back into the game with 2 fouls. To Illawarra, 2 to Will Hickey and 2 to Swakala Bullock.
Running this Jack White at the 3 even more here, Copes. Kyle Bowen at the 4, slide Jack White down.
I don't know if I like it, Pete. I mean, I know he's athletic enough to play 3, 4, and 5, but when you've been stuck in a position and you've done well, sometimes it throws you off.
Well, I like this counter from Justin Tatum, bringing Days into the game. He's waiting to check in.
And the pace of the game was obvious when Melbourne made their subs. The three guys that came out looked absolutely stuffed as they came past us.
Yes, they did.
Bringing in Days with Kyle Bowen on 2 fouls. You'd expect them to try and get him involved in some action straight away. And see whether Kyle Bowen wants to stay in front.
Oh, Bowen had it knocked out of his hands by Harvey. They've thrown some things at Melbourne Illawarra that they haven't liked. Here's Days with another rebound. That's 4 already. The Hawks look to expand on their lead. Oh. Froling had to improvise. And Days and Bowen get caught up off the ball. Dellavedova from deep. Got it.
He was bound to knock down one.
This is interesting now. So that last play, so we've got a timeout here. So Kyle Bowen was saying that Darius Days just pulled me down, and Vaughn Mabry said, I saw it, but you had an advantage. And this was the advantage on the Amy replay. It's 4-on-4 in the end, and Matthew Dellavedova wide open. Timeout, Hawks.
A point the difference. Jack White, one of the key figures in tonight's game, has 5 points. He's had an excellent season so far. Pre-game reflected with Kelsey on his time in the association.
Reflecting back on my time with the Nuggets, you know, it's just pretty surreal to look back on. We're so fortunate to be a part of that group. You know, speaking of being surrounded by great people, everyone in that locker room was absolutely elite. And for me, you know, being a rookie coming into the league for the first time and sort of, I guess, having natural preconceptions about what the league's like, everyone being on the same sort of page, putting their egos aside, and you know, just keen to help each other be better and ultimately, you know, achieve that ultimate goal. But I guess the cool thing for me being, you know, in that environment was, I think we all sort of had that belief from the get-go. Like we talked about our goals in training camp. Obviously, you need a bit of luck with injuries and health and things of that nature to ultimately get it done. And it all kind of felt like all the pieces of the puzzle were sort of falling into place for us. And yeah, we were able to get it done.
It's been so great to have Jack White back in the league this season. He's the league's leading rebounder. He's averaging 14.5 points a game. And when Melbourne win, it's normally Jack White that plays well.
Yeah, Chris Golding's had a phenomenal season himself, but while he's been out, even when he was there, Jack White has been the point of difference. The rebounding, when he does fill it up, he's hit some clutch threes as well.
Kelsey, you're listening to Dean Vickerman.
I was. He had one message, and it was all about pace. He said they're beating us at our own game at the moment, and it's happening so quick in front of us. Let's get a handle on it.
Kel deep on the three. Froling with another offensive rebound for the Hawks. Sam Froling now starting to get on top of Rob Lowe.
And his touch around the rim is exceptional. I mean, the shots he's making are fantastic.
They're barking for a foul. That one was probably the biggest foul of them all. That should have probably been an M1.
White back out to Dellavedova. Shot clock at 4. Trying to slip Froling. Did a pretty good job.
1 of 6 now for Delhi.
Foul on the floor.
Sideline ball.
5:36 remaining. Getchalili coming back in for Lowe, who had 12 points in that first quarter. Hasn't scored in this second quarter so far.
Looks a little tired. As you mentioned, Jack, everyone who's walking past on both benches, Illawarra a little less, but taking some deep breaths. It's been hectic.
Because they pushed the ball. Again, we spoke about the coaches board controlling that pace. And when this guy gets, let me tell you something. He knocks down shots throughout the game, but his real quarter is that fourth quarter. That's when he gets himself going.
Five-point lead to the Hawks. White partially blocked by Blanchfield, who's doing a lot of little things that aren't showing up on a stat sheet, but that will.
Oh, he's got 2 blocks now, Tom Blanchfield.
And that was a little agricultural from Flynn Cameron.
This is what you're talking about, Jack White. I don't mind him defending the 3, but I think with the way that Melbourne have been trying to look to score and get through their offense, he's more effective as a 4. Where you can get a pick and pop, but you can also get him with dump offs, and that's when he gets dunks or alley-oops. It's hard to do that from the 3 when you're constantly having to live on the perimeter.
And we know he can knock down the 3, but he's not a 3-point shooter. That's not the best part of his game.
Harvey gave Cameron the slip, and then Dace muscles his way in, got his own rebound. Offensive rebound number 8 for the Hawks. They are monstering Melbourne on the glass.
He did that on purpose too. I think he knew he was out of control. He just threw it at the backboard, got it himself, and monstering is an understatement. They are all over the glass. Have a look at that. He knew he wasn't going to make that one. He got it straight back, and it's been a master move bringing him off the bench.
That's one of those old Moses Malone moves. You guys are probably too young for Moses Malone. He throw it off the glass, miss it, go get a rebound, and put it back.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you're young.
Oh, okay.
You guys are young, so you wouldn't know Moses Malone.
We also have YouTube. Like, we can go back and watch highlights.
Yeah, maybe. But, you know.
So it's the Hawks who lead 39-32 at John Cain Arena. Here's our Pump by Reebok seats. Molly Cook in the house tonight as well. Lisa DeSantis as well. As part of a big crowd at John Cain Arena. Friday night in Melbourne, it doesn't happen often.
Oh, how good is this? Again, it's lived up to the hype so far in the first 15 minutes. It's the Illawarra Hawks that can be so damaging.
Melbourne with some work to do, Kelson. They're doing it without Chris Golding.
They are 6-point lead to Illawarra at the moment, but I spoke to the United camp about Chris Golding. It's hard to get that man for an interview, but they said he's stepping into a bit of a coaching role over this time that he's out with that calf injury. They're expecting him to be back for the 23rd, the open air game, which is no surprise. No one wants to miss that one, but he's on track, but really stepping into that coaching role, I think, at the moment.
There he is, all business. We did throw the question out if you want to have a chat to us, but even on the bench, he's all business.
You don't expect him to rush Chris Golding.
No.
Understandably, with a calf injury.
Absolutely. Why would you?
Melbourne with some adjustments that need to be made out of this timeout. Try and find some offense.
That's what we're talking about. When you've got Delhi coming downhill, when you set up that play, normally the power forward at that time is a lob threat in Jack White. Kyle Bowen is not that lob threat. Instead, you throw a skip pass to Jack White in the corner. Now, we know we can knock down the 3, but that's not where he's most successful.
1 of 6 from the field, Dellavedova. Chalier is a very athletic young player, but there's another foul on Kyle Bowen. And this will be his 3rd. 15. It's going to pose some serious problems for Dean Vickerman now.
Absolutely, and Justin Tatum's a smart coach. He knows that. So I guarantee you in the second half, they'll get that ball inside.
This might actually be more of a solution than a problem, Jack, because now it's made Jack White go to the power forward. Now he's guarding Darius Days because Kyle Bowen's out and they bring in Tanner Krebs on the wing.
Hawks have had all the answers. Except that time, a rare turnover, only the 4th of the game so far. Normally a pretty efficient team. Here's Krebs, good look, off the bench. Steps in and knocks it down.
And that's what you're looking for. That's the guy you want shooting a 3 rather than Jack White.
At 32% for the season, Tanner Krebs. He's probably a little higher than that.
But he's had a good year, though, because he comes in, he gives him a big lift off that bench.
He's had to throw a bullet at Hickey. A couple of clunky possessions in a row for the Hawks.
This is what I'm talking about with Jack White. So he's in that power forward spot. He is the lob threat that makes Youngjong Lee come in, and then you've got a shooter who rotates into where Jack White was the possession before. It's a small tweak, but it's an effective one.
You called it, Pete. The problem is he just took Jack White out of the game, so we won't see that one again. Anytime soon.
He's obviously not listening to us.
So that's where you go straight back to the well, because if Lee doesn't get in there, then you've got a dunk to Jack White.
Krebs pulls up on Olbrich. He's given some room to shoot. Dellavedova in the right place. Clark. Eventually.
Now Melbourne giving a little taste of their own medicine. Back to the Hawks on the offensive glass.
Melbourne over the limit, so free throws for Albury. Is the scoreboard telling the real story here, Coach? I mean, it feels like the Hawks are further ahead, but the scoreboard would tell you there's 2 points of difference.
Well, look, you do have 1 versus 2. These guys are going to find a way to get a win or find a way to compete. So Melbourne started off on fire early, and all of a sudden you look at the score, and then Illawarra up by 1. So
you probably could have fast-forwarded this game to the last 5 minutes.
That's right.
Because both teams are going to have multiple runs. We'll get all that out of the way, and let's just play 5 minutes, and whoever can get on top of that deserves to win.
There with the handoff to Dellavedova.
Delly's having a stinker. He's struggling.
You're almost trying too hard.
Yeah. I think, and when you lose your leader, you lose a Chris Golding, people tend to want to step up. And sometimes you have to let it just come to you. I mean, yes, we know he can do it. And plus, I jinxed him because I said he's going to get a double-double. Pete said he's going to get 30 points.
To be fair, he's on track for you a little bit more than me. He's got 4 assists.
Nice work by Kel to keep it alive. Shot clock at 3 for Peatling. Harvey fires as he's falling away.
Another offensive rebound.
Bonus possession for the Hawks. They've had a few of these.
Trey Kell's down on his ankle. Just got a bit of friendly fire from Lockie Albrecht. Oh, right there.
Yeah, a little tweak.
A little bit of a tweak. He's rushing it off right now. But again, the 10th offensive rebound in the first 17 minutes.
What do you think Dean Bickerman's going to talk about when he walks in?
Oh, that will not be a fun halftime.
They have absolutely dominated on the glass.
And that is just straight effort. That's when coaches do like to get really deep into their bag of sprays because there's no technique involved.
That's right.
How hard do you want to box out? How physical do you want to be? Because right now you're getting beat up by an Illawarra team that wants it more.
As a rule across the season, Pete, they're the best rebounding team in the competition.
And Illawarra used to be. They've had their struggles so far this year, which they shouldn't be as an offensive foul on Tyler Harvey. But I think with Melbourne, the silver lining for them is Illawarra is 1 of 9 from deep. So the three-point line is why this game is close. Because Illawarra has been dominant for at least 90% of it.
Too much. I don't have to do it. Mason Peatland. They're not, I'm talking to Mason Peatland. Your name ain't Mason.
Hey, this is entertaining. This is entertaining.
It's a sort of show within a show, this. Must look for low and make him a priority.
Well, they do, but again, that's on the Jack White lob threat. Putting him in that ball screen as a big man means you have to have everyone else, if you're the Hawks, worry about where he is. It's Trey Kell.
Oh.
That was a saucy move. We'd like to see that again. Let's have another look at it. Offensive foul called.
Hey, next play. We know what it is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Bro.
I'm not sure about that. They're calling it that left one right here. Oh,
that's a pickup.
He got Delly in the face. Yes, he did, but I don't think he really sought him out. I think that's a no call.
Oh, Jack White levels Cal, who stays down off that screen. Clark for 3, puts Melbourne back in front. And things are about to boil over here because Justin Tatum's just seen his point guard get flat. Now technical foul on Justin Tatum.
Kelsey did call it. Yeah, Kelsey did call it, didn't she?
Well, I think he's got a case. Again, we go back to that Trey Kell, the offensive foul. Yes, he did make contact and look like to Delly's face with the swing through, but it wasn't like he was trying to fight and raise the elbow. He was just picking the ball up, as you said, Cope. So I would have been okay with that one being a no call. And the screen, we'll probably have to get a better look at this screen from Jack White. Well, there's nothing in that. He hasn't moved. There's nothing in that from Jack White. But the frustration, I think, came from Trey Kell. Because I don't think that needs to be called down the other end. That's an and one opportunity for Trey Kell, and that's what started the frustration.
There's a minute 40 before half-time, Pete, but feels like there's a lot to play out in this back end of the quarter.
But, Coach, you know this. Sometimes you just don't mind to get a technical foul. And the way a couple of whistles they probably should have had, you don't mind that in the scope of things, just to try and settle everybody down.
Nice pass from Lee. Peatling made it work. Important bucket for the Hawks.
Yeah, smart coaches will get a technical foul just so they can get a call.
As you said, they've missed a couple for sure. And they're still... There's Trey Kell. He was on the receiving end of multiple.
Harvey picks up his second.
And we're going to lose the coach's mic here.
Yep.
Gonski.
Doesn't look as though we'll be listening to Justin Tatum for the rest of the game.
Not another word.
Out of batteries, unfortunately.
Not so sure about that. That's fine.
Okay. Why are these guys jumping at Jack White? He's like that.
His old teammate as well, Mason Peatling. But Delhi, 6 assists now. Just setting him up.
Timeout, Hawks. How tense is this environment right now?
But it's to be expected. You got 1 versus 2. These guys are fighting for not just now, they're fighting for in the playoffs. They want you to know that when we play you, we got the best of you. We got to get the best of you.
This is a worry, though, for the Hawks, because Trey Kell's been very good in this game. He's been very good all season. Started with the ankle, then it was the screen.
Right now, he doesn't look in a great way.
And this was the one that really started the frustration for Justin Tatum. So you can just see there the left elbow getting Delhi.
It's just a pickup to me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Copes. So the spin move there, and then he just goes up into his shot. I understand you made contact, but it wasn't as if he went for a swing, which sometimes you see when you get the ball and try and rip it clear, and then he got a friendly fire here, and then this was the final. Jack White, to his credit, didn't do a whole lot wrong in that.
The body language for Trey Kell doesn't look great right now. This is a war.
Well, it is, and we expected it to be a war. And that's when we said you can understand the frustration from Justin Tatum and where it was getting to, because not so much the calls, but this is the end result of it is your starting point guard looks to be sitting on the sideline. And hopefully not for the whole game.
White misses the extra. The Hawks in possession with a minute to play. Harvey, Lee, Blanchfield, Peatling, and Olbrich out there for Melbourne. Low, Dellavedova, White, Clark, and Illy. Clever from Blanchfield. Interesting from Peatling. One Jung Lee. Oh, try and bank that.
Oh, he does try and do it. Audacity.
What in the world is he thinking?
Harvey shows him the way.
That's what he does in practice all the time. And Justin Tatum has said,
come on over here, sit next to me.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
This ain't practice, bro.
The Hawks back in front. Down to Rob Lowe. Too big and too strong for Blanchfield.
He's been great all game long. They got to find a way to get him out of this game because he's been good from the outside. Now he's posting you up on the inside.
Now got 16 in the game and is still the leading scorer for Melbourne and the contest. Harvey attracts a crowd. They got open again. Can't hit the three, and Illy throws up a prayer. Half-time here at John Cain Arena. The fixture will tell you it's round 12. The atmosphere tells you that it's a whole lot more than that.
It's a whole lot of fun. The three-point line is the only reason right now that Melbourne United have been kept in this game. They've hit 8 threes. The Hawks just 2 of 12. Illawarra have been a far superior team, I think, in the first half, but it sets up for a big second 20.
Let's get over to Kels.
I'm here with Dally. Dally, they got off to a really hot start at the start of the game. How did you guys pull that one back?
Too many O-boards and free throws for them in that first quarter. We tightened up a little bit, keeping off the free throw line, but still got to tidy up the O-boards.
They've got a really good spread of scorers, only one person in double digits, Tyler Harvey. How do you stop his influence on the game?
Yeah, I mean, he's an explosive scorer. Just got to stay connected with him, try to wear him down.
Feel physical out there?
Yeah, that's good.
Enjoy the second half. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back to break it down after this. 47 Melbourne lead Illawarra Hawks, heading into another 20 minutes of play after this.
Just like you trust your best mate, you can trust the team at Honour. The trading's insurance you can trust. Honour, listen to that.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL Friday Night Hoops here in Melbourne. It has been a fiery game so far. Trey Kell has been on fire, but not without some hits that go with that. Melbourne currently leading 47, Hawks 46. As I said, top of the table clash, and guys, it has not disappointed. I'm Kelsey Brown here with Pete Hooley and Leonard Copeland. Pete, what a game.
Oh, it's been so much fun. Again, both teams are throwing haymakers. early and often. That's what we expected. That's what you want from the two best teams in the competition. There's some significant differences in terms of the three-point shooting and the rebounding, but the Trey Kell incident's right there. I think that it shouldn't, we both agree, it shouldn't have been an offensive foul on that spin move. We thought that was pretty legal. And then Jack White's screen I thought was okay, but I can understand where the frustration's coming from for the Hawks.
Absolutely. You're going to get that when 1 versus 2. Again, you want to make a statement. You come to town, we're number 2, we want to let you know we're better than you, so when we see you in the playoffs, all things are gone.
Well, I want to add it in at halftime. I'm halfway there to my bold prediction. Justin Tatum already has a tech foul, so it is fire in here. But I want to talk about Tyler Harvey. He's on 11 points so far. He's had a great first half, Pete.
He was awesome, and again, he was really quiet in the first quarter. He picks his moments really well, which is what impresses me most this season about it is he's not forcing anything. Okay, they're going to go through some other guys in the first quarter, but as you said, Copes, it only takes him about 4 or 5 minutes to break a game open and find his groove. He did that in the second quarter, and that's the kind of scorer he is.
But you know what? I was wait to see him in the fourth quarter. That's when he takes over a game. That's when they get him the ball, they run the plays for him, and he knocks down those big shots for them, and that's why they're in the position that they're in now.
And have a look at his Blackmore shot chart right there, and again, a lot of green inside. He gets to his floater when he wants to, and then the three ball, as you said, you know he's going to be knocking them down when the game comes time in the clutch.
But the interesting thing about Illawarra is he's the only man in double digits at the moment. They've got a really great spread of scoring, Leonard.
They do. You know what? They're 2 from 12 from the three-point line, and that's hurting them. But what's helping them is they got 12 offensive rebounds. When you got 12 offensive rebounds, you're giving guys other opportunities to knock down shots.
On the other side of things, Rob Lowe, he hit the first 2 3-pointers of pick and pop. He was absolutely unbelievable. Rob Lowe, he's been one to look out for in this first half too for Melbourne United.
He had 12 points in the first 5 minutes, and then he only had 4 points in the remaining time. Again, they're going to need more from him because of the fact that we saw Kyle Bowen get in foul trouble. Tom Coppins came in and made an impact. But it's funny, Rob Lowe, I know he started scoring when Jack White was at the 3, but he does more of his damage when Jack White is a lob threat. I'm going to die on this hill. Keep playing the man in the 4 because good things happen for Melbourne when he's playing the power forward.
Well, you know what? Tatum's a smart coach. I'm sure at halftime he's talking about how to shut down Rob Lowe. And if you can slow Rob Lowe down, you got a chance to win this game.
Well, that's the game tonight, but we've got a huge weekend of round 12 to go in the NBL. We've got Adelaide coming up, and this man, Montrezl Harrell, he comes back. Adelaide versus New Zealand Breakers. Everyone is so excited to see him back. PJC will be on the floor as well. New Zealand have a little bit of work to do. And then in the late game, it's all about Bryce Cotton Cairns. Rob Edwards, you see there, Cairns, they take on the Perth Wildcats at home, 8 p.m. at the Cairns Convention Centre. They are struggling for wins at the moment, but Bryce Cotton, he is one to look out for, Pete.
50!
I think he's on track. His favourite road trip is Cairns. He's going for 4 40-point games in a row. I think he's going to do it. I think there's some more injury concerns as well coming out of Cairns, which is not ideal for them. They've been decimated. But we're all on Bryce Cotton watch. I'm with you. I think he's having 50.
Leonard, bold prediction for Bryce?
54.
52.
What was your career high?
45.
Oh, no, he'll breeze past that.
Pete, yours?
2.
Mike, no. What? A championship.
Like I said, guys, don't go anywhere. We have a huge 20 minutes of basketball coming up. It has not disappointed this top of the table clash so far. Melbourne United up against Illawarra Hawks next.
It's Melbourne United who lead by 1 at half-time, and this was happening just a few moments ago. Trey Kell, who had multiple knocks at the back end of that second quarter, doing a fitness test as both teams came out of the half-time tunnel. How would you say he looks right now?
Didn't look great, did he? Not so much in the fitness test, but even coming off in the second quarter.
Man, knock down one shot and he'll be fine. Come on, bro. Come on. You know how it works. When they want to think you're hurt, come out of here and hit a three, you'll be running down the court like normal.
It's Melbourne who lead by 1. We said it all night long that this has felt like so much more than just a round 12 game. Even just walking around having a quick chat to a few fans in the building, they are loving what they're seeing tonight. Matthew Dellavedova's an interesting one, Copes. Only 3 points in the first half on 1 of 6 shooting, but does have 6 assists.
He does, but he's struggling from the outside. He's taking shots that he normally probably shouldn't take, but because Chris Golding's out, I guess they feel like someone should be knocking down threes. Jack White himself. They're not a three-point shooting team without Chris Golding.
Well, Delly averages the most in his career against Illawarra. 17.3 points per game against the Hawks, his best of any other opponent, and he would know that too. He's been really aggressive, but the assists have really helped him out as well. He's got 6 of Melbourne's 12 assists. Let's see how they try and correct the glass, because Illawarra has just been a beast in the rebound count. And if it wasn't for them going 2 of 12 from 3, they'd probably have a lead, and a sizable one.
Well, he's going to start the third quarter, Trey Kell. What happens next, though, is anyone's guess.
Well, you don't want Shea Ili to come to you if you are Trey Kell, because that likely means you're on the floor within the first 60 seconds.
If you're smart, you put him on the floor. Put him on the floor, let's see if he's really hurt or not.
Second half underway. Nothing separating these two teams, which is exactly what we expected coming into tonight.
And Trey Kell just looked over at Justin Tatum and he put his hands up and said, "Are you good to go? Are you good?" Trey Kell just walked away and got the ball.
Come on, Trey. Pick it up.
Doesn't seem like the sort of coach, Justin Tatum, that's going to take someone out there at 50%. You're either in or you're out.
Well, I think he has no choice. When you've got guys like Davo Hickey who are sitting on the bench knowing they're going 150%, that's what he wants to get out on the floor.
Peatland can't score. Froling trying to keep it alive. And
great hustle
did
once
well
again.
in the end.
They have just been enormous on the glass. You can't teach that. They just want it so much more.
28 rebounds to 11 in the game now. Oh, nice find, and Harvey scores.
That's going to count.
Such a smart play. Tyler Harvey. Good finish in the end too.
Dane Bickerman is not a happy camper.
Let's go. Thank you.
What have they taken away from Melbourne, Pete, in the first half, Illawarra? They've come prepared, they've come with a plan. What have they taken away from United?
Well, I think they've taken away the wide open mid-range, which we see often. So Delly likes to get to the mid-range. He likes to use that snake dribble. Ian Clark tries to turn the corner. But again, Melbourne's offense started to hum in the back end of the second quarter when Jack White was playing the power forward and you have the lob threat. That's what they've gone with here to start third. There's that mid-range. That's what they took away because Jack White was playing on the wing.
And I'm not necessarily sure they took it away. I think maybe Melbourne United helped him out a little bit by putting Jack White at that 3 spot.
You'd like them to go back to that, would you, Coach?
Absolutely. No, I want them to keep Jack White at the 4 spot because that's where he plays his best ball.
Swift hands by Lowe. Really slows the tempo down. It was played at breakneck speed early on, but now things have started to settle. White from outside.
I don't like that. I mean, it's open shot, and he can knock it down, but that's not his game.
Back down this end, I would like to see some Sam Froling and Tyler Harvey action.
Offensive rebound, Froling, wrestled away by White.
Over the top first!
Dean Vickerman thought it was a foul, but Vaughan Mabry not interested.
Can we get that? Can we get that?
Let's have another look at it. It's the offensive rebound from Sam Froling, and physicality that we want, though, isn't it? I'm okay with the jump ball there.
Too. Let them play. 100%.
11 seconds. And you also have to reward Illawarra. If they're going to keep going on the offensive glass like this, you have to reward them with calls like that.
Harvey unsuccessful. 5 of 11 from the field. Clark crosses over on Swakala Bullock's got all the tricks. Can't finish off his good work.
Mid-range shots now they've found.
Swakala Bullock pulls up on low.
I'd like them to get Tyler Harvey and Sam Froling in action to make Rob Lowe have to come out and defend the on-ball. And that's where Sam Froling can really put the ball on the floor and attack.
Foul's on Lowe, his second.
And Lowe had no idea. He's thinking the foul was on Peatling. Now, you're smart.
Oh, Mason Peatling trying to be a quarterback.
What is he thinking?
Threw the ball straight back to Melbourne United, and then it's called for the block.
I mean, I understand what he was doing. He put his hand up straight to the bench. There was an open man right down the other end of the court, but if you're going to make that pass, you can't throw it at knee height. Have a look at this. Look at that. That's gone a belly button height across the court.
Biggerman could have stole that ball, man. Come on.
It's not Damon Lowry out there jumping that.
Maybe you should just swim between the flags a little bit, Mason Peatling.
Well, he had the right
not his
idea
game.
because Rob Lowe was obviously thought the foul was coming his way, so he was slow to get back, but you've got to put some air on it.
$50-49. Melbourne lead by 1. When Illawarra allow less than 90 points, they won their last 8 games. It's just starting to creep up a little for them. Pete called for Froling to get involved, and that might be why.
Go straight back to the well.
He's so good, man. And Lowe has 2 fouls, so he's not going to be as aggressive on the defensive end.
And they put it in the action where Rob Lowe had to guard him chest to chest and not give a big gap. And then Trey Kell. He's moving right now, Copes.
He looks to be in better shape. Froling foul.
Travel.
Travel first.
Travel first. Justin Tatum knows it as well.
Yeah, he traveled.
Yeah, just that left foot. Doesn't like it, but that was a travel. I'd like to see those ones just go up. You get the little dump off from a guard who's ahead of you. Just get ready to get upstairs.
Says the man who's never touched the net backboard before. Just get up. I don't know. Is that easy, is it?
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Is it that easy, Pete?
You are something else.
Oh, no, I'm just asking,
You
bro.
are something else. My ring shines the same as yours.
Jack White and Ian Clark off the floor at the moment. Bit of a different lineup for Melbourne United. Nice pass, Dellavedova, wide open Kyle Bowen.
Here's Sam Froling.
That's a better pass from Peatling. Here's Froling.
Runs the floor. Better than a lot of bigs in the league. He is really aggressive right now.
12 points now, starting to have an influence on the game, Sam Froling, as the mid-range jumper for Illy.
That's what they were not getting to in the first half. Opens up so much for this Melbourne offense.
Swakala Bullock.
Here we go.
Trying to play through Bowen, who has 3 fouls. Froling was aware of that.
He's a problem. He is a problem when he's this aggressive. He's 7 of 11, 14 points. Continue to go to Sam Froling until they make a move.
It's Peatling.
Wide. 22. This is what I spoke about. You talk about how settled this team is. In the first quarter, they know they're going to bring in Lee, Hickey, and Days. And who comes off, it's all about who's playing well. A lot of other teams will have set rotations. Okay, you come out after 5 minutes. Justin Tatum says, okay, Trey Kell, you're struggling a little bit. This one, you stayed on in the first quarter. You come out, and Sam Froling right now is having an impact. We're going to keep him out there.
And they're all happy with that. They're all good with that. And that's why they're playing so well.
That's why they're second on the ladder coming into tonight. Turnover for Dellavedova.
Della is ST ruggling.
Chris Days back into the game. The ball's knocked out of play. Still 15 on the shot clock for the Hawks. Their only game of the weekend, Illawarra. Melbourne will play on Sunday here again against the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, who will be looking to bounce back after their loss last night.
14 offensive rebounds.
And we're midway through the third quarter with that number. Hickey scores!
And if you haven't watched Melbourne United play this season, to understand that they are the best rebounding team in the competition and getting absolutely obliterated in that battle. 34 rebounds to 13.
That is unheard of.
Illawarra has more offensive rebounds than Melbourne United has total rebounds.
I guess the positive thing is they're still in this game, though. And that's because Illawarra can't knock down any threes.
5:26 remaining in the third quarter. Days not giving Rob Lowe any space to fire. Likewise for Harvey on Dellavedova.
Wow. Delly should say.
Well, I thought that was a charge. Lowered the shoulder. I thought Tyler Harvey established himself, but in the end, basketball gods probably had their way, and Tyler Harvey down the other end. We're going to have a timeout.
8-point lead to Illawarra. They're making a move in this third quarter.
Having a look at it here. There was the first bump. You get taught to take on the second one. That angle probably doesn't help Tyler Harvey's case, but the... Oh, my.
That air ball.
Well, you saw it.
I'm asking the question. Is that an air ball?
Sure was.
Give me a lap, bro. When you shoot an air ball, you got to give me a lap.
This is an 11-2 run for the Hawks right now, and it's coming at a pretty important stage of the game. Dean Vickerman about to address his troops. They are under the pump.
And you know why? Because
we end up having too many, right? All right, we got to have this thing move right now. Let's go ahead. Play off your punch and pop. If you're coming on a clear side, I like just the drag as well. Just get into an empty drag. Let's go an empty drag. Whitey right here. Whitey right here. Make sure we got great back cuts coming hard out of the corner. Set this play. Here we go.
So he's asking for an empty side drag. He wants a ball screen on one wing where all the other three players are on the other side to try and free up a pick and pop, whether it's Rob Lowe or Jack White, and trying to attack out of that. You just isolate two defenders and say, okay, we're going to try and make something happen on that side, and then everybody else has to be ready to back cut on the other end. Let's see if they get to it.
Certainly wouldn't say it's their most fluent offensive performance, Melbourne either, but as Pete said, their biggest issue is trying to rebound the basketball as Days reaches in, picks up his first foul.
Well, it's straight to it. Straight to it. They emptied out the strong side corner, and Shaylee just turned the corner.
Kelsey, you're listening to Justin Tatum.
I was. He was more about the mindset, didn't really write up any plays. He just said they're going to come with a lot of physicality now. They're going to hustle more because there is that deficit, so let's stay focused. It was more about the mindset than anything else.
Days lead, Hickey, Froling, and Harding out there for the Hawks. Lowe, Cameron, Krebs, White, and Illy for Melbourne. Back down to Froling once more. He's loving the responsibility and he's owning the moments.
He's tough in that paint, man. And you know what I like? They're going at Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe's got 2 fouls, but you get that third foul before the end of the third, and you got to bring him out.
Nice take by Illy. Day's got a little piece of it. Lee picked the pocket of Cameron.
I have loved Lee's energy in this game. Go back to the well. Go back to the big fella. He cannot be stopped in this third quarter.
They want it. They want it.
This is the Sam Froling we've wanted to see for a very long time. And the fact that Justin Tatum has not looked at Lockie Albrick is exactly what you want to see from a coach when a big man is balling out like this.
15-2 this run is now. Wow. Here's the Amy replay.
I love how they share the ball, man. They get it up the floor. They find the open guy.
This These free throws are probably coming at a good time for this man right here, Sam Froling, because he's taken some deep breaths. And you never want to ask for a sub, not when you're playing this well and the team's finally going through you. Aaliyah. So you think that Justin Tatum will be thinking about bringing Lockie Ulbrich in any moment. This play has to involve Sam Froling.
Or would you go the other way, Pete, and leave Froling out there on the limb?
Well, if you can.
Down screen, cross screen.
All the attention on Froling, which meant that Harvey was wide open.
Here it comes.
Melbourne overhelped there because Sam Froling didn't really make an effort to get through to be the diversion.
Game high 14-point lead now for the visitors. They are totally in control. Clark fires away. Big rebound by Lear. And good enough to put it back in. So it looks like we're going to get our answer. Lockie Ulbrich getting ready to come back in by the looks of things.
You want to try and freshen up Froling for the fourth quarter.
Look at him go, Sam Froling. He cannot be stopped. He will not be stopped.
He's a machine, baby. I'm leaving him out there. I don't care if he's on his knees. I don't care if he can't breathe. Leave him out there.
Yeah, both those things would probably you want him on the bench for. But I know what you're saying. He's been unstoppable.
20-7 for the night now for Froling. They have no answer to him. Melbourne continue to tee off. 8 of 23 now from long range. Day's in rhythm. And guess who came up with the rebound?
He's going to go and attack as well. He's going to get a well-deserved rest here, you think. Justin Tatum hyping up Lockie Ulbrich, but this has been Sam Froling's quarter. And I hope out of this, when they go back, I want Justin Tatum to clip up every Sam Froling clip from this third quarter and show him before every single game. This is what you're capable of. Being that premier big man in the competition. Doesn't matter who is guarding you. When you get in this mindset, you can become unstoppable.
And what that does is it opens up for the shooters on the outside now.
No basket, white 2, grab the screen, have 2 shots.
Illawarra over the limit. Just go back to Sam Froling for a minute. He's 23 years of age, Pete. We've seen him win the Next Generation Award here in the NBL, the most improved player in 2021 as well. He's only 23 years of age still. Is it all starting to really come together for him now?
Well, I think we all think he's a lot older, right? Because he's been in the league so long and we've just seen these glimpses of it. But he's in the perfect spot right now to be able to be utilised like this. There are some games where you might have the advantage in the guards, where it's Trey Kell and Tyler Harvey's turn to deliver us. But in this game in particular, with no Marcus Lee available, the fact that they've managed to go to him in this third quarter, Copes, he has just put them on his back.
There's a quarter-by-quarter breakdowns in the bottom part of the screen. You can see Illawarra have completely taken over in this third quarter. They're handling their business at both ends of the floor.
And Damon Lowry did speak about Froling scoring at 25 and 10, and we thought he was crazy. But if you watch Froling today, and he plays like this, there's no reason why he can't get those points.
If he plays like that, Coach,
he won't be here for long.
with everyone else around him, then the Hawks are going to go very close to winning a championship.
Absolutely.
I keep harping on about how they are the most dangerous team in the competition, because I don't think they've found their peak yet. I think that's still to come. I think they've only got room to improve, which is scary because they've already been one of the best teams in the league.
Blanchfield wants a piece of the action. 17-point lead. They are dominating.
On 19 offensive rebounds, another one. Days gets on the offensive glass. Second chance points. They'd be up by 30 if they weren't 4 of 16 from deep.
This finish from Aaliyah. Kelsey Brown.
The energy, you guys can probably feel it. The energy has gone out of this room. The atmosphere is low. So Melbourne United, they can't draw from the crowd at the moment. They've used 10 of their players. They've gone to the well. Pete Hooley, what do they do?
Well, I mean, they've got to get stops. And again, what do? They've got to clean up the glass because right now, the Hawks just want it more. And they're going to get another offensive rebound.
Even the loose balls they're picking up. Blanchfield, who just knocked down his 600th career three. Down to Olbrich. That is impressive from the youngster, except the finish wasn't there. Coppin's back on the floor for Melbourne. Dean Vickerman searching for any lineup.
But if you look at the lineup on the floor, Chad, and it doesn't scare you, does it? That lineup does not scare. Unless he gets hot. Unless he starts to knock down some tough. That's a tough three.
They're never out of it. Because they've still got guys like Ian Clark.
The shot clock and game clock within a second of each other. It's been almost the perfect quarter from Illawarra. Harvey couldn't cap it off. And a foul with 0.4 of a second to go. He's going to see Shea Illy walk to the line to shoot free throws.
Just didn't have to do it. At most, he was going to have you see a clock 0.4 just to launch it. That fumble right there. I don't know what Tom Blanchfield's going for.
Well, he did the right thing to got the ball.
That's what I'm about to say. What Justin Tatum's happy with is that's the energy and effort and hunger they've had all game. So if you try and tell him to not do it and be smarter in the moment, then you're taking away what's given them this lead.
That's right.
43 rebounds to 17. I can't recall seeing a time like this to the best rebounding team in the competition.
I can't remember anybody being out-rebounded by that many points, by that many boards.
To wait, he shoots. We can't wait. We have to wait, he shoots. Yeah, but you look like it. Okay, don't go on an argument here.
1.3.
Blanchfield from halfway, not sure he got it away in time. What a quarter from the Hawks. When it matters most, they've made a substantial move and they have a substantial lead, 73-62. It's three-quarter time here at John Cain Arena in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
A dominating third quarter from the Hawks. They are up by 11 points going into this fourth quarter. Sam Froling had his way, and I listened to Dean Vickerman at the break, and he said he wants his offense to go more through Rob Lowe. He wants the ball through hands offensively. And the big question is for the boys, can United do it?
Well, look, United are always going to make a run. They're at home. They have their crowd. That's the way they play. Dane Dickerman teaches them never to give up. But if Illawarra great three by Jack White, he was due. Illawarra keep pushing his ball and going to the glass. It's got to be tough.
One positive for Melbourne is they're one of the best fourth quarter teams in the competition, but the negative for them, Pete, is that when Illawarra get their noses in front, they're a very hard team to stop.
They sure are, because of their weapons. They've got so many of them, and we've been harping on about the rebounds, and for good reason. So at three-quarter time, Illawarra Hawks had 48 rebounds to Melbourne's 19. Now this season, the biggest rebound differential was 21 when the Wildcats beat the Sydney Kings. They had 20 O-boards in that game. Illawarra Hawks have 22 O-boards, but in the 40-minute era, back in 2011, there was a 34 rebound differential. That was the Kings against the Hawks in 2011, and they are on track to eclipse that if they continue this. Wow. It's just been a monstrous effort in just rebounding the glass.
I was wondering why he was so quiet at three-quarter time. Now we know why.
Good diving.
Research is not just a suburb.
And you know what, too, though? Other teams are watching this game. I don't understand that. Find a way to beat Melbourne United by going to the glass.
Dellavedova desperately looking for some rhythm in this game.
It's going to be a foul on Sam Froling, just holding Rob low. But yeah, Delly has had his struggles, Copes. 1 of 9. 8 assists, which is the positive. But his shot looks different. Over the last couple of games, I know he's had his struggle, but you remember he was stroking it at a high rate for a while there, but it just looks like there's something different about it mechanically.
Yeah, it's not going in.
Pretty black and white explanation there. Rolling for days, he checks the feet, checks the grip, and can't score.
Who else?
Wow, they want it. They want it. Another offensive rebound. Great pass by Froling. Layup by Days.
11 points is Illawarra's lead again.
Oh, Lord.
Dellavedova hits the side of the backboard. That's a little more conventional.
Yeah, something different about that. Oh.
Now Swakala Bullock and Dellavedova.
Why did you go? Why did you go? Why did you go? We're gonna we just blow. Hey, my teammate. We got blow the whistle. Did we blow the whistle? Yes. Y'all been holding all night. Guys, all night. Guys, don't look at me like that. Today's, please. Swaka.
Let's have a look here.
I understood your point. Now go back there. Hurdle, please. Do we have a
see if we can find anything between Dellavedova and Swakala Bullock.
Well, that was what Swakala Bullock was flying the flag for. He wouldn't have seen what actually happened. He would have just seen Days on the floor.
He would have seen that Days is from California. He lives in Hollywood.
The thing after is just a slide push shot. We're just checking it out now. Replace energy cut.
So here we go. Have another look at it here. Yeah, there's nothing. And again, I don't blame Wani Swakala Bullock because he didn't actually see what transpired. He just saw Darius Days enjoy the water slide in the summer. That's how you do it. You run and you just go straight out like that.
Yeah, Swaka did what he was supposed to do.
Correct.
Go help his teammate.
And he didn't do it in any malicious way. He just went in there and said, what's that for? I'm sure when he goes back and sees the replay, he'll turn around and Darius will be like, come on, man.
It's been tense from the opening possession. Froling getting busy on low.
See, I don't like that. Put Froling on that box like he's been.
And Ellie got down a hill and swatted out of there by Kel.
Kel's fine. Kel's fine.
Oh, boy.
Harvey for 3.
Oh, boy.
Big time from Tyler Harvey.
Oh, boy.
Loves the fourth quarter.
Jack, this is his time.
He's got 22 points, 7 rebounds.
Just quietly gone about his business tonight.
White, 9, hold.
Miami replay, Trey Kell, secondary defender. Comes across, blocks that one. Tyler Harvey gets his 7th board, and just the audacity to pull up for that. Contested. No advantage. That's just what Tyler Harvey does.
How's that stat line for Harvey? 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He's a +9 for the night. He has been excellent.
going to live and die by that three-pointer, then that's just not the right shot, man.
2 of 13 between Delhi and Jack White from 3 combined.
Just not the right shot. Yes, you're open. Yes, someone kicked it to you. Swing that ball. You're struggling from the outside.
It's an interesting strategy, Coach, without Chris Golding.
Without Chris, and everyone wants to be Chris Golding. He's special for a reason. I've been breaking my record. Not happy. Very happy.
Who do you reckon's got more assists?
Huh?
Oh, yeah, you do have to pass the Gazy occasionally.
He didn't bring me to Australia to pass, bro.
I think when he was triple teamed.
No.
Not even that. And that's the mentality to get you ejected at MSAC.
You had to throw it in there, didn't you?
What's happened there?
No, listen to me. Sometimes
You can't be getting tossed on a Monday night.
we won by 25 points, man. Won a grand final. Thank you, sir. That's all that should matter. That's all that should matter. Now, Illawarra needs to calm down here, read the room, and just play their game. Leave the referees alone.
They played way too well. You're right, Coach. They've played way too well. They have just dominated this game.
Illy drives and lays it up. He'll fight it till the end, Shea Illy.
This game's not over. This is just 12 points for as good as Illawarra has played.
But they can't lose focus. Go back inside to Frawling, who was...
Hickey shot it with confidence.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
15 points is the lead. And Lowe helps himself to 19 for the night.
I hope when they come to do the votes for the awards at the end of the season, they look past improvement in stats and to find out production-wise when they look at most improved and 6th man of the year. Because what Davo Hickey means to this team...
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
Tyler Harvey is quietly going to have a 30 ball. He's got 26, 7 and 4.
Has not wasted a possession tonight, has he? Hickey undersized, trying to guard Lowe. Gave it up for White.
Push in the back.
Cameron about to come back in. This has been, and the game's not done yet, but this has been some sort of performance from the Hawks, and you have to wonder, Pete, round 6 didn't end well for them, and there was plenty of tension afterwards. Whether Justin Tatum just used some of what happened in round 6 as motivation for tonight.
Probably, but again, as you mentioned, they have struggled to come to John Cain Arena and win versus Melbourne and Southeast Melbourne. So, speaking to a couple of club people beforehand, they said they changed a lot of things in their preparation for a road trip in Melbourne than they've used to. Whether that's food, whether a lot of different things. And right now, hard to argue that it hasn't been a big reason why they've played so well.
Well, whatever they did's worked. Bottle that and do it again. Trey Kell knocks it down. The Hawks just keep coming up with big knockdowns.
And Kelsey Brown.
And our Dean Vickerman has got a tech of his own.
Yes, yeah.
There's Kelsey's nailed her bold prediction. As I said, it wasn't bold. I think it was
always going to happen.
It was always going to happen with everything on the line in this game. The intensity.
Can you have a look at Hobby's screen, please?
Well, I'm not the only one that gets technical fouls, huh? It's a part of the game.
And that technical foul is a little different, where that's Dean Vickerman's frustration from his team's effort. Yes, there might be, he's asking for an illegal screen. That all could be the case, but he has just been pleading for someone to step up and show that fight.
Basket won't count.
I had to call that because he's grabbed him around the head, okay?
And the foul will be on Hickey, I'd imagine. There'll be another one on Will Hickey. Kelsey Brown.
Had a 2-arm fist pump when that got over the line. I just want to shout out to all the experts. I think that's the first bold prediction that's actually got over the line.
Coach loves them too.
Yeah,
favourite part of the week.
Sweats on them all week, Coach, doesn't he? Will Hickey picks up his 4th foul.
Line up.
They don't play again for the round, Illawarra. They got a chance to rest up. Their next assignment is in 9 days when they take on the Perth Wildcats at home. And then Christmas Day, they play the Sydney Kings. 2 massive games in a row.
Sure is, but they should be feeling confident.
They're playing with the same level of confidence.
I love the way they share the ball. It's not about one person getting their point. It's about making the right decision and getting a good shot.
Never look rushed. They've never looked panicked.
Oh, my word.
How?
I mean, that's disgusting.
Can you find another word? Come on, bro, he knocked it down. The top of the backboard.
Melbourne need everything to go right.
Another offensive rebound.
You sound like a broken record, bro.
It's. Have a look at this.
Line up. Shots. 15 on the line.
Oh, boy.
A timeout coming for Melbourne United. With Peatling on the line shooting free throws. 92-78 at John Cain Arena with 5:15 remaining.
Melbourne it's been 739 days since Melbourne lost two games in a row. And they're very close. I mean, look, they're not out of it, but if Illawarra can play smart this last 5 minutes, get a good shot, continue to rebound, that record's in jeopardy, man.
I mean, so the last time they lost back-to-back games in the regular season, you were 65.
Oh, Peter Hooley he's just got joke after joke tonight, doesn't he?
It doesn't happen often, though.
No,
it really doesn't. Dean Vickerman is a mastermind in not letting it happen twice for the sake of... Normally, after those games, when there's practice time in between, it's not fun. I can tell you from experience, it's not fun. They will be thrilled with the fact that they play in 2 days' time, because otherwise they would be beat up.
A penny for the thoughts of Dean Vickerman, Melbourne United's coach tonight. His team have been completely outplayed, and here is the Mitsubishi Motors ladder as it stands right now.
That's where Illawarra were after the first few rounds. Well, I said from the start, Copes, I truly believe they're the most dangerous team in the league.
You know, and speaking of Dean, you got to understand, Brisbane came in here last week and scored 120-plus points. And they're supposed to be a defensive team. Something's not right.
They were putting up exceptional numbers defensively until that loss to New Zealand on this floor.
Yep.
Their numbers across the league we hadn't seen for a very long time, but since then they've just been leaking points.
Cairns have come in and beat them. New Zealand have come in and beat them. Brisbane have come in and beat them.
These are quarter-by-quarter breakdowns. Melbourne have made a better fist of things in this fourth quarter.
Clear.
Froling with a size advantage over Dellavedova. He took that third quarter apart, but the ball's moving for the Hawks. Down to 4 on the clock. Hickey blows past low.
He's so impactful in so many ways. I don't like that little big-to-big screen. Let Sam Froling go to work. He's got a double-double, 20 and 10.
How much better is Hickey though? Hickey last year, he played in spurring minutes. He'd come in, make a mistake, coach would take him out, put him back in. Now he's just playing major minutes, making major decisions.
Heads foul. 2 shots.
And that's the reason why they're in first place.
But this is sometimes what you just need. When you're trying so hard to break in to get an opportunity. And you go back and look at his career unfold, and from a development player at Southeast Melbourne, went to Melbourne United, just wanted an extended opportunity to show that he could play at this level. And it came in Illawarra in a moment where I think it was Justin Robertson was injured, or Peyton Seaver was injured, and they had to play him at the time. And everyone started to see glimpses then, okay, he can play. And then Justin Tatum, we saw it in the package at the start. He said that he was his favourite player when he walked into the building in Wollongong, and he's given him the opportunity, and he's delivered.
And we got a 20-point lead all of a sudden.
That dismantled Melbourne. Totally dismantled them in every facet of the game. Hawks step out of bounds.
51 rebounds to 22. As I said, that 40-minute record is a 34-point differential back in 2011.
Justin Tatum wants to have a chat about things.
That's smart. Settle them down.
Now we got a timeout.
Their lead is a big one. 20 to be exact, and when the game was up for grabs in the third quarter, Copes, it was Sam Froling who took control.
He was enormous. Just shot after shot, backing him down. He loves that little runner. He's big inside. Great footwork, knocking it down. 10 of 18, 10 rebounds, 20 points. And he's still not done.
He's been fantastic. That third quarter, as I said, I hope Justin Tatum just cuts up every single one of those clips, even the couple of misses he had, but just to show when you're in this mindset, when you're this aggressive, you might miss a couple of shots, but you can't be stopped. You're too big, you're too crafty. He's got the ability to put the ball on the floor, and we've seen how much he finishes through contact tonight as well.
A baby, 23 years old, still drinking baby's milk.
I mean, I thought you took a deep breath. I was like, okay, Friday night and Leonard Copeland.
No, bro. I'm in control. Don't worry.
Must admit, I just got a little nervous there for a second.
I didn't know where we were going.
Still 4 minutes to go, and the lead's 20. What sort of psychological damage can the Hawks do?
That's what it's all about. And again, every point's going to matter, even when, that's the beauty of the play-in tournament. You want to finish top two, it could come down to a bucket. So they want to run this score up.
Wow.
Black, 21.
That's the third time the Illawarra Hawk player has been fouled on a three ball. Trey Kell twice, now Swakala Bullock once. There's just been a lack of discipline from Melbourne, who we're so accustomed to seeing.
And what do you think it is, Pete? I mean, this is not Melbourne United. This is not Melbourne United's team, Jack. I mean, we watch them play, and sometimes, yes, they're off. Sometimes they miss shots, but they always compete on the defensive end. I don't know of a team that Dean Vickerman is coach that doesn't compete on the end. And rebounding.
The rebounding's completely different. That's something that, I tell you what, they will be, the playing group will be thrilled they play in 2 days' time. I know what that feels like. And Dean Vickerman, it would not be nice if you had to practice. It won't be nice next week anyway. But in terms of what else I think it is, I think it's Delhi's game tonight. He's got 7 points, 2 of 11. He has got the 8 assists, but without Chris Golding, he's the most experienced player on this team to be able to settle, get them into the right rotations, get them into the right sets, all of that. He's kind of been caught in his own head and almost like quicksand. He's been fighting and fighting and digging, but just kept sinking as the game was going. And when that happens from your leader, I think it kind of became contagious from everybody else, and then they got in their own heads.
Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, listening to Dean Vickerman, he was massive on the rebounds, but I think it is about stemming this lead at the moment. The interesting one for me is that he understands the enormity of 2 home losses in a row. They go on the road in January United, so it's big for them this game tonight. I think the interesting one for me as well is Sydney Kings came into this league this year as favourites. Melbourne United is sitting top of the table, but Illawarra Hawks, are they actually the team we have to worry about now?
Well, they've been always the team for me that you have to worry about, because how well they've played in this game, I still don't think they're at their 100% peak. I still think they've got levels to improve, which is what makes them scary. They have just weapons everywhere, and bringing people into the starting lineup, the way they play for each other, the hunger.
Illy, nice pass. Campbell blog onto the court for three, and Justin Tatum's seen enough. He wants these men to finish off this game.
Well, it's 14 points all of a sudden. Copes was in his new car already.
No, it's not enough time, I don't think. I mean, as long as Illawarra can come down and get good shots every time down the floor. Don't rush anything, don't turn the ball over. Just be smart these last 3 minutes.
There's still 3 minutes here. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow, Montrezl Harrell is back for the Adelaide 36ers. They play host to the New Zealand Breakers in the early game at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. And then the Cairns Taipans will take on the Perth Wildcats. Bryce Cotton on an all-time heater right now.
It's got a 50 written all over it. It's his favourite place to play outside of Perth. That's what he said earlier this year on NBL Now. Had a 35 earlier in the season up in Cairns. He's had a 42-point game against Cairns. Who goes to him and who shuts him down? It'll be Pedro Bradshaw.
No. There's nobody on that team to shut him down.
Do you want the bad news for Cairns? Dylan Stith and Sam Wardenberg have now been confirmed as out.
Wow. I heard the Sam Wardenberg news earlier today. And again, he's been their best player all season. He's been outstanding, but it now makes only one Cairns player hasn't missed games this season due to injury or suspension. They have been battered and bruised more than any other team I've ever seen.
We spoke about Trez coming back. Trez can have a 30-piece himself. He's going to be a bit fired up as well.
And that's all to come tomorrow here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Kell dumps it inside for Froling. There is the faintest of pulses.
I hit a 3-ball here or get a quick score.
Cameron cuts it back to 12.
One stop here and things will get a little interesting, Coach.
Yeah.
But also, if the Illawarra Hawks, Justin Tatum, even if they hang on, which they should, albeit a catastrophe, if they let it go, they've played too well to make this scoreboard look close.
Harvey couldn't get that 3-ball away, so instead explores another option. And what a great choice it was.
He's tough. He's tough.
29 points for Tyler Harvey. I thought he had plenty of time for that 3-ball.
Unsuccessful by Illy. There's Harvey again. What a factor he's been. Bombs away, Froling with the offensive rebound and found Peatley.
Let me tell you something. Harvey's been great. Froling's been great. These guys definitely want this game. I think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough when you think the Foot Locker player of the game. Tyler Harvey's 29, but I think it's Sam Froling's got to get a lot of credit. That third quarter, that's what took over the game. Illawarra Hawks well on their way to a well-deserved and overdue victory in Melbourne.
What's it been, 8, 9 trips here?
9, yeah. Wow. And even in this matchup, Melbourne had won 7 of the last 8 against Illawarra coming into tonight, but it's a different Illawarra team now.
Yeah.
White, 22 on the arm. Got 2 shots.
And I think, Coach, disagree if you do. To me, it seems when you see the Illawarra Hawks up close in venue, they seem the most together out of any team in the competition. They seem almost as if they're bulletproof, that whatever else is going on, you can't penetrate their belief, their mindset, and their togetherness.
You're spot on, Jack. You're spot on 100%. The fact that they play for each other, and you said it earlier, they're playing for their coach as well. So they're out there giving their all. They're going to make mistakes. He trusts them, though. He doesn't snatch you off the floor when you make a mistake. He'll have a chat with you. He has that belief in you. And these guys are just playing like a team that really won it. And they went so close last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that spurs you on the next season.
They've got 4 guys who could go for 20+ any given night, don't they? So Tyler Harvey, Trey Kell, Sam Froling, Days, and you've got some other guys sprinkled in as Tyler Harvey gets 31 in this game. Very efficient, very quiet. What a season he's had. This could be a local Tyler Harvey sooner rather than later.
Yeah, what a prospect that'd be for the Hawks. Ketchel in.
Keep an eye. Illawarra Hawks are 7 of 23 from 3. If they shot better in the first half, this score could look even more flattering. They've had 8 made threes in their last 8 games. So they need one more to keep that streak going.
Final minute. The Hawks want to make every single bucket count. They lead by 15. Joel Foxwell on the floor. His brother Owen's doing some great things with South East Melbourne this season. Joel getting his opportunity late.
Both no good at Mario Kart. Saw that during the week. Tyler Harvey checks out. 31 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
For Illawarra now, Pete, this takes their road record to 6-3. It is not easy in this league to pick up road wins, and they've got 6 of them already.
These are little mental edges that they will have come the postseason. To be able to have that understanding that we go on the road, and again, I'm not going to give away their secrets, but they've changed some things, some little things in their road trip coming to Melbourne, just to say, you know what, we've lost our last 9 here. Let's just, whatever it is, from the moment we touch down in Melbourne, let's just do some things differently. And it's paid off dividends.
Never be a fly on the wall in that locker room. Sure, Dean is a smart enough coach not to go in and blast them, but tomorrow there'll be some strong messages to these guys about rebounding and defense. I mean, everyone misses shots. You say Delhi had a bad shooting day. Great, no problem. We all miss shots. But the effort part of things is not going to fly with Dean Bickman.
Well, they've actually made the rebounding count look a lot more respectful in the last few minutes. So credit the guys coming in off the bench. Coppin's got 3 offensive rebounds himself. Alia's got a couple. That's what Dean Bickman's message is going to come from. You can't expect these young guys to come in and play harder.
Stunning performance from the Hawks. If you didn't believe already in Justin Tatum's group, then you absolutely should now. The Hawks are the real deal in NBL 25. One Jung Lee to finish it off. Revenge is a dish best served cold. And the Hawks have executed a cold-blooded killing of the ladder-leading Melbourne United tonight. 106-93. They were sensational.
The Grinch that stole Christmas. They come in here and get a win right before Christmas. Just not good. Illawarra, you got to give them all the credit in the world. From get-go, they wanted it. They went to the basket, rebounded the ball well. They didn't shoot well, but they played as a unit.
They were unbelievable. They were unbelievable. Talk about how settled this team is. Everybody knows their role. They play for one another. They've got weapons everywhere. But one thing that they're always going to have, the edge, they just play harder. They just play harder more often than not, and it's going to help them go a long way in NBL 25.
They led by 3 points at quarter time. Melbourne led by 1 at the half, and then it was a 27-15 third quarter. The Sam Froling quarter. He was in the game on its head.
Jack, he was unbelievable that third quarter. I mean, and then, you know what I love about that? They kept beating him. They kept going to him. And he found a way to score. He got a little winded. And look, the guys are happy, man. They know it's been a long time. It's been a long time since they got a win here. And they should enjoy it.
9 in a row that they lost at John Cain Arena coming into tonight. This is a very, very good team who look like they're on a mission. 106-93. Here's the final score. The Hawks get the win, and Sam Froling is our Foot Locker player of the game. He's with Kels.
Yeah, I'm here with the man who broke it apart in the third quarter. We've been calling it the Sam Froling quarter all night. For you guys, that was a statement win. You guys sitting at the top of the table now. Nice to get that one away from home.
Yeah, massive. I mean, it's kind of the monkey off the back too. Melbourne's had our number the last couple of years. It's really hard to win here, so for us to get that done, I think it solidifies why we're at the top and shows everyone that we're here to play.
A love the confidence that you guys have at the moment. Tyler Harvey had a 30-piece, you personally had 20. And the team, they score another 100. What do you put down the offensive efforts to?
I mean, we just got so many pieces, so much talent. You know, the way Lee shoots the ball, Wani, Toddy, they can't help. It opens up the lanes for myself, Darius, Tyler, Trey. Like, you pick your poison on who's going to have 20 or 30 every night, and that's the beauty of having so many weapons.
Lastly, I really want to know what you said to the troops at the end of that. You were passionate with your delivery. What did you have to say to them?
I mean, just, you know, we're here for a reason, and that was a big win for us. And, you know, we've got to be proud of ourselves and keep moving forward. We got a little break now we're going to enjoy, but, you know, we're prepared for that next one coming up.
Thank you so much for your time. Great game.
10-5 for the season. The Illawarra Hawks are an absolute championship threat, and they proved that tonight. Big win in Melbourne over United. We're going to come back and wrap it up on the other side of this. And the Hungry Jacks, NBL.